Today's video, I wanted to talk about some of our biggest mistakes selling private label products on Amazon. We've made some big ones. Welcome back to the Freeway Flippers. I'm Liz. If you are new, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We talk all about selling on Amazon, reselling on eBay, and other ways that you can make money online. And today's video was a long time coming because we get asked questions all the time when people find out that we've been selling private label products on Amazon for a little over 3 years. We have been very successful, but with that, we've made a lot of mistakes. All right, number one, understanding Amazon FBA fees. This was a big one because we really didn't understand at first how some of the fee structures work. So if you send in an Amazon product into the fulfillment center, you get charged a referral fee, which is normally about 15% of the sale, and then also an FBA fee. Well, I made the mistake of modifying an item, which a lot of people do. You'll find a product that you want to sell, but you want to make it different so it stands out and buyers will more likely buy your product versus your competitors. So you read all the negative reviews, you figure out what buyers are looking for in that product, and then you modify it. So I modified one of our private label products and I made it a little bigger. When I put it in the FBA calculator, which is a free thing, I'll leave a link down below so you can check it out. And all you need is the ASIN of a similar product and you put it in and it will give you all the details as to what the fees are gonna be. So I made ours a little bigger, but didn't realize that product then became the next step up for the fees. And it went from thinking we were gonna have fees of maybe $6 to $7 to all the way up to $11 to $13. And when you have smaller margins, that really reduces your ROI. And with PPC and everything else, all the advertising fees, we ended up just having that product be a wash. We ended up actually not selling that product again because we didn't make any money. And so understanding the FBA fees and doing your due diligence and making sure that you're not just basing it on of what you see, but doing more research as to, okay, if I do sell this product, what is Amazon going to end up charging me? Another thing to be aware of are the long-term storage fees. So right now it's almost August, and August 15th, Amazon is going to do a long-term storage fee cleanup where if you have product that's been sitting in the warehouse for 270 to 365 days, they're going to raise the storage fees. So it's going to be $6.90 a cubic foot in addition to your monthly storage fees. And so you can get hit with some really high storage fees if you're not careful and monitor your inventory and making sure that you're only keeping the product in the warehouse for what it sells for. And what I mean is don't send in too much product. Make sure that you're only sending in small amounts because then your inventory age is going to be lower and you're going to avoid a lot of those long-term fees. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. All right, number two, one of our biggest mistakes is when you go to open an Amazon seller account, you are able to create a new account or use your Amazon buyer account. And we made the mistake of when we opened up our very first Amazon seller account, we used Casey's personal buyer account. So anytime we want to log into our seller account or our account to buy products just as a customer, they're the exact same login. They're merged together. And so if you are watching this and you haven't opened one up yet, I would definitely recommend getting a brand new email and maybe even getting an LLC with the business bank account. So that way everything can be separate. Your professional seller account will be completely separate from anything that you own as an individual. And the reason this is important is because you are going to hopefully grow your brand or grow your business to where you have an opportunity to maybe down the line sell it. And when you go to sell it, well, guess what? You're going to have to sell it with your personal account, which we've contacted Amazon many times trying to figure out how we can separate it. I don't know that answer because if you sell on Amazon, you know their customer service is sometimes pretty much helpless. So if you do know what to do to get those to be separated, leave a comment down below. I would love to figure that out. Maybe even open up a business seller account, and then that way we can completely separate our personal buying Amazon account from our professional seller account. Another big mistake we made when we first started selling on Amazon, we did not pay attention to the Chinese holidays. So we chose a supplier over in China, and we didn't realize that, I'm telling you, that country, they definitely treat their employees right. When they take off holidays, they're out for a really long time, and it seems like they have quite a few of them. So I would highly recommend downloading a list of all the different holidays that are there, because if you go to do a reorder and you're gonna run out of stock, if they are having a holiday for a pretty long time, like every February, I believe it is, they're gone for about a month. So if you put in an order right before there and they stop production, well, that's a month longer that you have to wait to get your products back in the fulfillment center. So that was a big lesson that we learned, and now we have it put up in our calendar so that way we can really monitor it when we're going to reorder product, so that way we know exactly when we're going to order it and when it's going to land in the fulfillment center. All right, the last mistake we made, which was the biggest mistake that we made, and it kind of piggybacks off of the fees that I talked about earlier. During Q4, we had a huge order hit of, I believe it was close to $50,000 for the order. It was a lot of product, a lot of items, a lot of units, and because it hit during Q4, the first month we got hit with about $5,500 in storage fees, and by the time we saw that get taken out of our account, it really was too late to remove all that product. It would have been too costly. And when you remove product from the warehouse, they sometimes don't let you send in more of that particular ASIN for 3 months. So we would have removed all that inventory to try to avoid the fees, and then we would have ran the risk of running out of stock and not being able to send in any of the product. So our biggest advice, because we ended up overall accruing about $11,000 in storage fees because we had that big order hit, I would really be careful when you are shipping in your first order that if it's gonna fall during Q4, make sure you send in a smaller amount. Don't have a large order land at that time. These are just a few of our mistakes that we've made by being Amazon private label sellers. We have made a lot more, including right behind me, all these boxes. We have a seasonal product, pretty much seasonal. It sells really well during sporting events, concert season, and with everything going on with that being non-existent, we had a lot of product in the warehouse that we actually had to be shipped back to us because, well, unfortunately, it's not selling, and we want to avoid the fees with hopes that by 2021, when sporting events start to come back and concerts, hopefully we will then be able to resend in this product and have it sell, because it was a really well-selling item. And it's just one of the things that happens when you're an Amazon private label seller. You have to be flexible and you have to really be on top of things. So if you have any comments down below or questions about selling private label products on Amazon, leave them in the comments. Make sure that you subscribe, follow our journey. It's been a crazy one selling on Amazon. And until next video, I'll catch you on the flip.